Hey boys and girls, today for our reading lesson, we're going to be reading the story called Jackie and the Beanstalk. You're going to need a few things before we read the story. I need you to pause the video once I tell you what you need. You need your writing notebook, you need a pencil, and you need book 4 of your reading textbooks. I'm going to say that again. You need your notebook, a pencil, and book 4 of your reading textbooks. Go ahead and pause the video now and go grab those things for me. Okay, so what you're going to do before we read the story is get our writing notebook ready. For your assignment today, I'm going to stop in the story and tell you to do a few things in your writing notebook. After you finish the story and finish writing everything you need to for your assignment, you're going to take a picture of it or hold it up as a video for me in Canvas. All right, we're going to go to the next clean page and we're going to kind of do the same thing we did yesterday. At the very top of the page, I'm going to write the title of my story. Jackie and our last word is beanstalk. One word. But it's a compound word. Jackie and the Beanstalk. All right, if you need to pause the video while you write that down, go ahead and pause it. But when you finish, yours should look just like mine. All right, so now that we've written the title of our story, we're going to make a T-chart again. I'm going to draw a line over, and I'm going to write the word external, because we're talking about external traits. Draw my line down just like a T-chart. And on the other side, I'm doing internal, because we're going to look for internal traits of Jackie too. That's what we're going to be doing today. We're trying to find external traits of our main character, Jackie, and internal traits of our main character, Jackie. Remember, external are the things that I can see. Maybe if she's tall or short or has a different kind of hair or eyes. The internal are the things that I cannot see. I'm going to have to use clues in the story. Is she friendly? Is she helpful? Those are the type of things that I'm going to be looking for while I'm reading the story, Jackie and the Beanstalk. All right, now that you have your page set up just like mine, let's read our story. Okay, boys and girls, now we're going to read the story, Jackie and the Beanstalk. You're going to need your textbook number 4, and you need to be on page 160. Again, you're going to need textbook number 4, and go ahead and turn to page 160. All right, let's read our story. Jackie and the Beanstalk. Once upon a time, a girl named Jackie lived in an apartment with her father. It was crowded and messy because they lived with a gigantic cow. What was a cow doing there? Eating, mostly.
It eats like a cow.
Buying the cow had been a stupendously bad idea. But nobody thought of that when it was a cute little calf.
Adorable! Can we buy it?
Sure.
The bigger it grew, the more food and space it needed.
Whose idea was this?
Not mine.
One day, Jackie's father made an announcement.
The cow has to go.
He told Jackie to take the cow and sell it for $100.
Come on, let's go. No.
But nobody wanted a cow. Not firefighters, not florists, not taxi drivers. Just when Jackie was about to give up, a mysterious woman walked up to her. How much for the oversized mooer?
$100.
The woman had no money, but she did have some special beans. Plant them in some dirt, add some water, and wait. By morning, shazam! There'll be a beanstalk stretching up to the sky like a winding green staircase.
Are you sure? Plant growth takes dirt, water, sun, and time.
Jackie looked at the cow and then looked at the beans. Suddenly, pocketing the beans sounded a whole lot better than hauling the cow back home.
Deal!
All right, guys, let's pause for a moment. What words do you use to describe Jackie? We've read a few pages about Jackie. What are some words that you could use to describe Jackie? Go ahead and write that down in your writing journal now. Remember, you're looking for external traits, things that you can see, and also internal traits, where you have to use clues from the story. All right, let's keep reading. If you need to pause your video as you write down some character traits of Jackie, now would be a good time to do that. Let's turn the page and read page 166. Of course, when Jackie got home, her father hit the roof. Well, not really, but he did toss the beans out the window and yell a lot.
A few beans for a whole cow?
Overnight, the beans sprouted long green tendrils that twisted and reached up towards the sky. The next morning, there it was, exactly as the woman promised. The biggest beanstalk Jackie had ever seen.
Wow, I've never seen a plant grow so fast. I wonder what's at the top. Maybe there's a treasure.
Jackie scrambled up the stalk, but before she'd gone very far, she glanced inside a window and gasped at what she saw.
Look at all that stuff.
It belonged to Mr. Fee-Fi-Fo-Fum, an upstairs tenant who was as big and loud as a giant. He had paintings, pianos, chandeliers, everything, even a golden harp.
We need a harp for our school play. He probably wouldn't mind if I borrowed it.
Jackie grabbed the harp and clambered down the giant stalk. Trilling, trilling.
Shush!
But too late.
Hey, come back with my harp.
Jackie hightailed it to her room and hid. Mr. Fee-Fi-Fo-Fum thinks she stole it, but she just meant to borrow it. Stomp, stomp, stomp.
Who took my harp?
But the longer she hid, the more she had time to think.
I see why he thinks I stole it. I should have asked him first.
Borrowing the harp without asking was a stupendously bad idea. Just like the cow, Jackie gave it back, apologized, and explained.
Sorry.
She discovered Mr. Fee-Fi-Fo-Fum wasn't so bad once she got to know him. Nice harp playing.
Thanks.
Did Jackie ever find treasure? No, but she did start a business that turned into a gigantic success. Come climb Jackie's giant beanstalk. Cow hugs for sale. And they lived happily ever after. Okay, boys and girls, so now I want you to finish up your assignment. I want you to think about the things we read about Jackie. What are some internal and external character traits to describe Jackie? Write them down in your writing journal. And then Under assignments, either take a picture or show me your writing journal using your video camera and Canvas. I cannot wait to see what you write. Don't forget to bring it to our Google Meet session today. We'll talk about that when I see you. I'll see you in a little bit on our Google Meet.